Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. I'm now calling this Love Beyond the Sea for marriage-minded men. I married a woman from the Philippines 10 years ago but that's not who you have to marry or where you have to marry from in order to learn from this channel. I'm going to call this one today, You Don't Have to Be Superman to Stay Married. Originally, this is from an article by Mark Travers, who I cite often. He calls it 3 ways to make your partner feel truly loved by a psychologist. Now, the reason I chose to use this one is because there are just, some simple everyday things to do that will help ensure your marriage stay together, regardless of who you're with. I have this concern always that men who, either are divorced or just couldn't find a woman from their country have this thought that they can just go to the Philippines, for example, go to another country, and the women there will be different and easier to get along with. My position has been women are women. Now, these Filipinos might not be westernized, but there are certain things that they need to see from their husband to respect him and to help that marriage grow and be strong. So let's jump into that. Please subscribe here to Love Beyond the Sea. Leave a comment if you desire here today. He mentions 3 things. One is being responsive to their needs. Sounds relatively simple, doesn't it? One of the most significant ways people feel loved is when their needs are met with positive responsiveness. He says research shows that when we perceive others as caring, validating, and supportive, it enhances the quality of our relationships. This isn't about fulfilling their every request, but about showing genuine care, affection, and support. So again, caring, validating, and supporting. And researchers found that people feel most loved when their partner treats them positively through the 3 following avenues. They are showing affection. It can be shown in countless ways, he says, from a warm hug to a loving text message, not about grand romantic gestures, but rather small, consistent acts that say, I care about you. They say it could be as simple as holding hands, giving a compliment, or making eye contact during a conversation. Yes, simple but easy to overlook. Physical touch, verbal affirmations, and even little surprises like leaving a note or sending a thoughtful gift can be powerful ways to express love. One way I like to is sending text messages, letting her know I care about her. That's just one way, easy way to do, since you're probably on your phone a lot anyway. Another one, providing support. Women want support. Supporting your partner isn't just about being there during the tough times. It's about actively contributing to the well-being. I like that. Actively contributing to their well-being. See, that's taking nothing for granted. This can take the form of emotional support that's important for a woman, like respecting their autonomy, offering words of encouragement, or being a shoulder to lean on. It can also mean providing tangible support like helping with chores, running errands, giving advice when asked. And another one, enhancing their sense of worth. One of the most profound ways to make someone feel loved is by helping them see their own value. This goes beyond compliments, although those certainly help. He says it's about consistently showing that you recognize and appreciate who they are. This can be done by prioritizing them, respecting their opinions, and acknowledging their achievements, both big and small. These affirmations build their self-esteem and deepen the emotional bond that you share. I can't read everything here due to time, but these are, you have to care about the person you're with for you to really do this genuinely. And, some of these things also have to be learned. By the way, I got a compliment today from the hardware store on my Philippines shirt. It is a nice looking shirt. Another way to help your wife love you is to lean into authentic connection. And that means regularly checking in with each other and showing them that it matters to you to spend quality time together. Participants suggested 2 primary ways that partners nurtured their authentic connection and made them feel loved. They say here's how you can apply them to your relationship. 1, cultivate mutual affinity. That's about wanting to be together, not out of obligation, but because you genuinely enjoy each other's company. This can be as simple as spending quality time together, talking about a future together, and having meaningful conversations or sharing experiences that bring you closer. It's about being present, both physically and emotionally. For example, you can set aside time every week for a special date night where you disconnect from distractions, truly focus on each other. I've been trying to do that for years, but life gets in the way. My wife is busy. I think she generally works every other weekend, Saturday and Sunday, so those opportunities are hard to do, but we always have to try to think of something. Another way, focus on being in sync with each other. Feeling loved also comes from the sense of being understood. This happens when partners actively listen, empathize, and show interest in each other's worlds. It's about being emotionally available, paying attention to small details, and sharing vulnerabilities. For instance, if your partner mentions they're nervous about an upcoming presentation, remember to check in afterward to see how it went. Now, this is good. I like this because it actually takes some effort to, like you said, actively listen, empathize, and show interest in each other's world. You can't, again, just marry somebody and say, well, I've heard they're better marriage partners. I still think it always comes down to the way the husband treats his wife from wherever she is. The third thing he mentions here about helping your partner, I can't remember what the title was, to love you, is offer them a strong sense of stability. Lastly, one of the most powerful ways is by being a trustworthy, unwavering presence in their lives. Now, let me jump in here and say that decision of commitment has to be done before you get married. A trustworthy, unwavering presence in their lives. Boy, that is commitment. This is about being reliable, creating a relationship where they feel safe, secure, and valued throughout. Listen to this, even in your most challenging times together. Wow. I mean, you could make a whole video just on that. Making them feel safe, secure, and valued throughout, even in your most challenging times together. I think that, relationships, we try to think it's best to avoid certain struggles and clashes, and so we don't, and things just get worse, so we think we're doing something wrong if we speak up because we might offend them. But it's just going to be an unhealthy relationship if we're not there to try to understand them, and when things are tough, work together even more. Somehow you have to find a way to not become split and separated so that it's no longer two people living as one, but two individuals that aren't getting along. I think everything has to be seen through the lens of we are a partnership. We are a union. And when you can manage to get through tough times, letting them know, reaffirming that you're not going anywhere, you're not going to leave them. Things might not be great right now, but your responsibility to them is not going to change. That does offer them a strong sense of stability. And I think that somehow here is where a lot of marriages break down. Because when the going gets tough, they just go separate ways instead of saying, we got a problem, we're going to work this out together, we'll try to get help, counseling together if we need to, but we've got to stay together. And for her to feel safe, emotionally safe, I think the husband needs to be the one to say, we've got to get this thing back on the road and get together again. So they also mentioned here real quick, I meant about being dependable, showing them your love can be trusted. So please keep these things in mind. I encourage marriage, and some of these things are things you can do every day, and they have big impact. So think about that if you're looking for love beyond the sea.